In a small town nestled between vast green fields and rolling hills lived a man named Idris. He was known for his kindness and generosity, yet his heart carried a burden of resentment that he struggled to release. Years ago, his best friend Malik had betrayed him in a business deal, causing him to lose everything he had worked for. The wound of betrayal festered, turning into bitterness and anger. Despite his outward smile, Idris felt the weight of unforgiveness crushing his soul. His mother, a wise and pious woman, often reminded him, "My son, Allah loves those who forgive. Let go and you will find peace." But he could not bring himself to forgive. One day, an old Islamic scholar named Sheikh Rahman visited the town's masjid. His Friday sermon was about forgiveness in Islam, quoting from the Quran, "And let them pardon and overlook. Would you not like that Allah should forgive you? And Allah is forgiving and merciful." Suratul Nur. Idris listened intently as the Sheikh shared a hadith. The strong is not the one who overcomes the people by his strength, but the strong is the one who controls himself while in anger. Sahih al-Bukhari 6114. The words stirred something in Idris, but his heart still resisted. How could he forgive Malik after all he had done? Idris's pain stemmed from more than just financial loss. It was the betrayal that cut deep. He had trusted Malik like a brother, and in return he was deceived. This resentment seeped into his daily life, affecting his business and relationships. One evening his mother sat beside him. "Do you know the story of Prophet Yusuf, peace be upon him?" she asked. Idris nodded. "Yes, his brothers betrayed him and left him for dead. But what did he do when he became powerful?" she asked. Idris hesitated. "He forgave them," she continued. "Despite their cruelty, he chose to show mercy, and Allah elevated him." The story of Prophet Yusuf, peace be upon him, made Idris reflect, but he still couldn't let go. One night, Idris had a dream. He was walking through a desert carrying a heavy sack on his back. No matter how far he walked, the weight remained, slowing him down. A voice whispered, "Drop the burden." But he clung to it. Suddenly a sandstorm came and he fell to the ground. When he awoke, he felt restless. The dream stayed with him. That day he met a traveler who shared an African proverb. Holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Idris realized his unforgiveness was harming him more than it was harming Malik. One day Idris saw Malik at the marketplace. Time had humbled him, his once thriving business had collapsed, and he looked weary. The moment of confrontation had arrived. As Idris walked toward him, anger surged, but then he remembered the Prophet Muhammad's, peace be upon him, words, "Show mercy and you will be shown mercy. Forgive and Allah will forgive you." He took a deep breath and said, "Malik, I have carried this burden for too long. Today I choose to forgive you." Malik's eyes filled with tears. "Idris, I don't deserve your kindness. I have regretted my actions every day." Idris extended his hand. "We all seek Allah's mercy. May He forgive us both." Forgiving Malik brought an unexpected relief to Idris. The bitterness that once clouded his heart lifted. He felt lighter, as if a great burden had been removed. The Sheikh's words rang true. Forgiveness is not for the other person. It is for yourself. From that day forward, Idris lived with renewed peace, knowing that true strength lies not in holding grudges, but in letting them go. Moral lessons. 1. Forgiveness is for your own peace. Holding grudges harms you more than the offender. 2. Allah loves those who forgive. When you let go of anger, you open doors to His mercy. 3. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting. It means choosing peace over resentment. And the last lesson, life is too short for hatred. The Prophet, peace be upon him, taught that a heart free of hatred is a heart close to Allah.